Hello there, world of tankers. I'm Blitz, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Kpfpz 70, the K91, and the T55 A, as they have all three come into the stores today for the price tag of $15 US. Now, you could say that the AMX 30 as well is in the stores in this big bundle for $50 US, but of course, I think it's definitely better to pick and choose which of the tier 9s you did want if you just wanted the Kpfpz, or let's say you've been waiting for the T55 A instead of dropping $50 US to get all four of them. So in today's video, I'm going to be specifically talking about all three of the tier 9s that are in the game. Now, if you do have $15 lying around, I definitely would suggest, if you don't have any of these tanks, to at least think about buying one of them, because they actually are all great tier 9 tanks. The Kpfpz is great, the K91 as well is great. Not as much the T55A, it's a little bit of a similar version to the T54 with different stats, I'd say. But the Kpfpz and the K91 are two of the greatest tier 9 heavies, at least in my opinion, because of how unique they are in the tier 9 meta. So of course, in today's video, I'm going to be playing in all three of these vehicles, letting you know which one of course is my favorite, how to play them as I'm going along, and which one do I think is the best to buy with the money. So first of all, we're going to be starting off with the Kpfpz, which I'll tell you right off the bat is my favorite tank. Now, the reason I like this tank so much is just because, first of all, this was one of the first vehicles I ever did get in the game for free with the Wargaming special event to get it. However, I also really like it because this tank has a very, very large amount of damage, and you're going to see here, there we go, 491 damage, and that was about 70 damage of a low roll there. It normally does 560 average damage per shot, which is a pretty impressive number when you do think that this is a tier 9 heavy tank. If you're going up against tier 8 opponents, this will really put a hurt on the enemy. So there we go, nice roll again, 506. A little bit of low rolls, but I really don't care. As long as my shells do hit, I am happy any day. So you're noticing as well, there are a lot of premium tier 9s already hitting the stores, the K91, the Kpfpz. So definitely the premium tier 9s are making their way, and this guy's not looking at me. There's our first average roll at 560. But I will give you a warning that the Kpfpz has terrible damage per minute. It's not as bad as the T92E1, but it still is nothing to write home about. It's only about, I think, maybe 1900, if that. It's really not that good. But you can see here, if you know how to focus fire, if you know how to shoot at your opponents at the right time, we've already picked up 2,000 damage here, and I'm going to continue to rack up the damage as long as the enemy team continues to pull out in front of me here. So I'm going to wait for another shell to come out. We could get a shot right into this Kpfpz here, which I will take the trade gladly to finish off. So there we go, finished off the second tier 9 on the enemy team. I can definitely say that their team is not as confident as our team anymore. They do have that WT, of course, staying at the back of the map, though. A vehicle I really don't want to play with necessarily. There we go, another nice shot into that T92 getting a high explosive, and we just broke exactly on the dot the 3,000 damage barrier. And you can see it really wasn't that hard to rack up that much damage, to be honest. As well, a nice thing about the Kpfpz is it's very quick. It's got a very nice power to weight ratio. Ooh, that was a nice shot from that T28 defender there. I'm actually very surprised he's able to hit us because we are, as I said, such a low down vehicle. But again, you're able to trade with vehicles that you normally couldn't in a tier 9 game. This tank really doesn't mind doing trades because it has so many more hit points. So I want to know where the enemy WT is because, of course, yeah, that's a bit of an issue if that WT does end up pulling out right in front of me. So there's the WT. Let's see if we can maybe, no, we're not going to be able to sneak a shell out yet. But it does look like that T28 defender might want to play with me here. So let's load the heat shell, get a nice tap into him, and yeah, we're already at 4,000 damage this game. And you can pretty much see that the Kpfpz is a great tank if it does get into the correct games. Now as well, it can do very poorly if it's not in the correct game. But there we go, our final shot, easily skyrocketing past that 4,000 damage barrier, almost at 4,500 damage in the first game, and almost pulling out a mastery as well. 80,000 credits. You can see this tank earns very, very nice credits. So overall, my personal favorite is the Kpfpz, but I gotta say, the K91 is probably a better tier 9 heavy. If you're looking just for the better tank, not as much fun, I'd say the K91 is a better tank. Now, the reason for this being is, first of all, the Kpfpz does not carry a lot of standard pen. It's only, I think, 240, which is actually the lowest for, like, all tier 9 heavies in the game. Not only does the Kpfpz have the lowest DPM for all tier 9 heavies, it also has the lowest pen, and even its heat really doesn't skyrocket in the pen. It is good, but it's definitely not the best. Where the Kpfpz, the K91, they all start with K, but the K91 is great on the standard pen. In fact, this is one of the best tier 9 standard pens in the game. It's like 260 millimeters or something like that. It's actually great. You don't need to worry about bouncing your shells on your tier 10 or 9 opponents. Although I will say we had a little bit of Russian accuracy there, aimed in our shot, and sadly did not want to connect into that Sheridan. So Let's see if we can pull up on the ridge here. Now, the nice thing about the Kpfpz, as well as it comes with 7 degrees of gun depression. That's a very rare number you will hear for your Russian heavies, but yeah, this one actually comes with quite a bit of gun depression. So I'm not sure where the entirety of the enemy team is. It looks like they're also pushing some of their tanks to the side here. But right now, I'm going to try and maybe get a shell into this Sheridan. Ooh, he drove off the bridge, so that's always fun. Did bounce a shot in our turret because this tank does have wonderful turret armor. But I'm going to back up here and reload my clip because, well, yeah, I bounced a 600 damage shot, and we don't know where that target is. There you go. That is the grill now just spotted. So I am noticing the AMX 5120 off to the side here, and that's a vehicle I would love to be able to get shots into. So that's exactly what I'm going to try and do here and get some shots right into this AMX 5120. So there is our first shell for 407 damage. You do 350 damage on average a shot, and yeah, you can see that is a very nice amount of damage when you do start getting these shells out. So we got the 57 heavy pulling out to the side here. The aiming time on this tank isn't necessarily spectacular, but the shells do go pretty much where you do aim them in because it's a very accurate gun in total. Now, this 57, of course, is shooting at me, even while he's got his teammates right there. No clue how that WT missed the shell in the back of him, but we're not going to focus on that right now. We've got other tanks to deal with. So once again, we got this AMX here, and oof, our shell, once again, doing a little bit of that Russian accuracy here, not wanting to hit the opponent correctly there. And I'm going to reload my clip here, because I know that the enemy team has quite a bit of a tanks. Yes, my English is wonderful. But they have quite a bit of tanks, and it's a 3 versus 5 right now. So I definitely don't want to get myself pushed out a little bit more aggressive than I need to be. So I'm going to reload my clip. The nice thing about this clip is it's got about 1,100 average damage in it. So I'm able to trade very large shells with the enemy team. So we've got the WT spotted up top there. We got the 5120 right here, who one more shot, and we should be finishing him off. So here we go. And there you go. Nice tap right into the 5120, finishing one of our biggest threats off right in the beginning of the game. So now we do have the grill 15 behind us here, and I'll take out the grill. I'll let my teammate know. I can't type get grill. So we can deal with this here. So yes, there you go. E100, listen to me. Good job for my teammate. I'm actually very happy that he listened to me. Sometimes you have teammates that just want to go for the damage, but you can see here I'm very easily going to be finishing off the grill. There we go. Now I'm going to reload my clip once again, and this is a pretty solid game. We've been able to turn it around here. I'm very glad, yes. As I said, it's very early in the morning for me, but yeah, I'm very happy that my teammate actually listened. That's something that's very rare nowadays, as we know, in the tier 10 meta. I'm going to say I'm going to push. This is actually a teammate. I'm actually very happy. I'm going to push bridge, actually. All right, because this is, by the way, a little bit of insight on pushing here. We do know, while the E100 is spotted, the enemy team can't really take that many hit points off this E100. He's at full HP, which means if we both push together, I don't really have to worry that much about my teammate losing his hit points. We got the Sheridan right there. Again, I would love if that shell had hit, but sadly it did not. But the main reason why I want to push this bridge is me and the E100 both have a lot of hit points, which the enemy team really doesn't. And because we have so many hit points, this tank is really getting some close calls out here. But here we go. We got the WT right off to the side. So let's get one shell into him, and one more shot, and this WT will be taken out. Not sure why he backed up so far there. But there went the WT. Once you have the height advantage, you really do gain the advantage over the enemy team, as you've seen here. So hopefully the C100 is going to finish him off. Yes, there we go. Nice shot. And all that's left is the SU-120 254, and we notice that the SU was flanking over towards the town side. So I'm going to be pushing down into the town, maybe around the base capture. Not 100% sure where this guy's going. But you could see, once again, the K91, a great game pulled out by the vehicle. I do really like the K91. It's quick as well. Goes about the same speed as the Kpfpz, 40 kilometers per hour. But not only is it quick, it has a super deadly clip. Heat penetration is great. Standard penetration is great. So there's really nothing I can complain about on the Kpfpz. So, I'm going to go this way and look for the guy. Hopefully my E100 does not follow me. The best way to look for a guy that is running away is to split up and cover ground. So I'm going to go towards the train station. That would really suck if we got a draw. But I am not too worried about that. I'm actually spotted, which is great. That means that he's, oh, there you go. He's spotted right in the back of the map here. So let's load a high explosive shell. There's one shot in, and E100 looks like he's going to finish him off. There you go. It was actually kind of funny. He was spotted behind us. So there you go. Once again, a great game played by the K91 here. We got another 3,800 damage game out. Really shows that the tank worked great. just great job to my E100 there. I'm actually very proud of that. That really good effective teamwork. You usually don't find people like that that are actually like good teammates. So I'm gonna actually add him to friends. Oh, it looks like he already sent me a friend request. Yeah. By the way, guys, please don't spam the friend requests. I have too many already. We're already up to 268, and that's after I cleared them like literally 2 days ago. So finally, we're going to be playing in the T55 A. By the way, if you guys do like this type of content, please make sure to slap that subscribe button down below. Only about 50% of the people that do watch my content are subscribed, and it really does help out the channel. But finishing off on the T55A, this is the lesser, in my opinion, of the other two. Now, the reason for that being is because I remember watching a Bushka video when he was quite active, and as he said in the video, the T55A is kind of just a meh version of the, it's just kind of a meh version of the T54. It's like, it's got less armor. It does gain, I think, a little bit more DPM, and it's got more mobility on the power-to-weight ratio, but you're trading that to lose armor. And as we all know, the T54 has such a notorious role of bouncing shells in the upper plate. You can't even penetrate Hesh with like your FE4 202 on the upper plate, something that I'd love to. This tank, yeah, it's very easy to penetrate right on the front. However, as always, we're going to be trying it out here, seeing how it does perform. Penetration right in the side there. But the T44, of course, is not going to be trading us at least too much on the damage here, because, of course, we deal more damage per shot. Now, the T44 does actually have some pretty decent turret armor here. So, who are we going to go for? We got the T44 right out in the open. We still carry a nice amount of DPM with this gun. So, we're going to see if the enemy team does want to play with me here. Able to back up just in time so that SU doesn't hit us. But again, you can see that the frontal armor on this tank is just not necessarily the strongest out of all the tier 9s out there. So I do have a teammate, of course, who just got a massive shell right into that T44, which is, of course, great for me. I don't want to lose any more of the HPs I need to. So let's finish off the T40. Okay, or let's not. My luck still not necessarily the best with these Russian tanks today, but we are going to out-reload this T44. So let's finish him off. Now we're up to the SU-101, and I don't necessarily want to trade shells with this guy, because, of course, he is so much on the HP. And, oh, come on, 55A. Just let me penetrate one shell. Let's try once again here, see if we can pen our shell. There we go. So we did get that shell in. That was an important one. So, off the bat, we're actually doing pretty well on the game. Not necessarily the most damage rocking out here, but we still did do pretty good. I can't type, sadly. I'll tell that guy after game. I'll tell him how it is. But there we go. Nice shot in the side. Now we are spotted. Ooh, there's the SU. So the SU-122-54 can easily take us out of the game. And especially with that ISU sitting there, I got to be very, very careful. The ISU can just rip us apart in a matter of seconds. But of course, we do have the DPM. We do have the mobility. So let's see if we can get a shot into the side of that ISU. There we go. Come on, focus me. There we go. So now we can use my wonderful turret armor. Try and go backwards and forwards here. Another nice tap into the ISU-152. Now putting on my adrenaline, see if we can get any more shells out. As you can see, waving his gun in Russian glory, just surrendering. And we are about to break the 3,000 damage barrier if we just get one more shot in. So let's finish off the T55A here. And once again, another pretty good victory all in all. So I'm very happy with this game here. Two ISUs looking like they're pulling around on this SU-122-54. Are we going to be able to get one shot in? Yes, we are. So I'm very happy getting in that one shot. And there you go. Nice shot from the Kpfpz and the ISU in total. So yeah, another great game played by the T55A. As you can see here, all three of these tanks are great, and I do like all of them. I would definitely suggest, though, if you're wanting to pick up one to do the best in, I would suggest to get out the K91. Of course, if you like your mediums well, there's only one option, the T55A, and I still think the T55A is a great tank. If you want to get it, and, I said a little bit bad about it, I don't think it's a bad vehicle by any means. I just think that the other two vehicles are a little bit more fun and get you a little bit more bang for your buck. And, of course, the Kpfpz is just, in my opinion, the most exciting because it not only has that 560 alpha, it's very quick, it looks like a modern tank. I love the way this tank looks with the legendary camo. So let me know in the comments down below which tank you like the best and which one you did pick up if you did buy one. But other than that, I hope you're all doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.